statements are boring, but not ours. Here's how we live our mission every day at Westminster.
By being a critical thinker and a creative problem solver.
By the Westminster mission, by being a leader in the classroom, on the playing field, and in the community.
By teaching me how to be a team player and a responsible citizen.
By volunteering abroad and by starting new organizations.
By being open-minded and treating others without prejudice.
By honoring my commitments and leading by example.
By honoring tradition and appreciating diversity on our campus.
By serving my community and by mentoring new students.
What does the Westminster mission mean to you?
Amanda, that's a great question. I'm glad you started with the mission because everything we do at Westminster College should begin with the mission. And I'm going to begin by taking us back 160 years to 1851 when Westminster College was founded. And it was founded in order to use a liberal arts education to prepare Westminster graduates to be citizens for useful service in the community. And that is essentially the heart of our mission today, 160 years later. It is to educate and inspire our students through a dynamic liberal arts education and a distinctive developmental programs.
How can we, as members of the Westminster community, live the mission every day?
Well, there are a number of things that we as Westminster members can do to live our mission. Since the liberal arts education is at the core of our mission, the most important thing for students to do is to take their studies seriously. This is a time of preparation for a lifetime of learning, service, and leadership. And our academic program plays a critical role in that. So the first thing I would say that students can do is to take their academic program and their studies seriously and seek excellence in that. The second thing that we can do is to live our values. Integrity, fairness, respect, and responsibility ought to guide everything we do every day. When we are faced with a challenge or a situation, we should ask ourselves the question, how do I live those values as I relate to one another, as I relate to my professors, as I work on my academic program and my community service? How do I live those values? I think the third thing we can do is to become involved in the community, here on campus, in Fulton, and in the larger world, in service, in making a difference through leadership activities, in supporting one another in everything we do. Get involved in the community. We're fond of saying at Westminster that students learn in a variety of classrooms. Some are in academic buildings, but other classrooms are on campus and in the community. And so the third thing that I think we can do is to become involved and engage and make a difference wherever we find ourselves. I think the fourth thing that we can do as we develop ourselves as leaders in a global community and prepare ourselves for lives of useful service is to stretch ourselves outside our comfort zones, to get to know people who are different from us, to get to become involved in activities that may not be comfortable or familiar to us, to study courses that would challenge and stimulate our thinking and broaden our perspectives on the world, to get outside our comfort zones as we navigate and participate in this community here on campus. And I think finally the last thing we could do to live the mission is to hold ourselves to standards of excellence and to encourage one another to be the very best that we can be as community members, to support one another, to make this Westminster community the best it can be for all of us.
The theme of New Student Weekend is Get Connected. How do you suggest we as students get connected with Westminster?
Well, I think particularly for the new members of our community, our new students on campus, the first place to become connected is in your seminars. Get to know your other students in the seminar and get to know your mentors and professors very well. Become involved and active and engaged in that microcosm of the larger Westminster community. Then I think the way in which you can become engaged is to get to know your professors more broadly and students more broadly in your other classes as you begin to encounter the first few days of the schedule. We're going to throw a lot of activities and opportunities to become involved and connected in campus life early on in the fall semester. I would also encourage us, particularly our new students, to seek balance in what they do. They need to find the balance between activities that are beyond the schoolwork with activities that are a part of being excellent in your academic classes as well. There's a lot to do here on campus, and folks should find the balance in what it is that they want to do that will make this a meaningful and fun and enjoyable experience for them.
What makes Westminster so special?
Well, I like to say that the people who are Westminster make Westminster special. So the first thing for me is the people. Faculty, staff, students, alumni, parents, community members, friends of the college, members of the Board of Trustees, all come together as a community. And Westminster is rich and vibrant because of the people who are involved in the mission, back to your first question. I think the other thing that makes Westminster special and unique is our history and our tradition. Not only the tradition and the history of Churchill's visit and delivering the Iron Curtain speech, the National Churchill Museum, St. Mary the Virgin Alderman Mary, the Berlin Wall, and all of those things that remember and celebrate the life and legacy of Sir Winston Churchill and his visit to campus in 1946, but also the other world leaders that have come to campus over the course of the last half a century and continue to come to campus through our speakers program, our lecture series, and our symposium on democracy. So we have a rich history and tradition and heritage, and that history and tradition is carried on in the successful lives of our alums who are out in the world doing great and wonderful things and who give back to the college so that students like you and others can have a wonderful opportunity here at Westminster today.